and smell the roses.
So would you be angry if I clipped that rose and handed it to you?
No, actually. Oh, so nice.
So what kind of roses are these?
These are Eden. This is the pink one, and this is the white one. Let me see. Eden Climber.
So the
And
white.
so the goal is to have these, like, I bought these bare root and they looked terrible when I got them. And I actually was going to put a clean in for them because they just were shriveling up and they weren't, like, they had new shoots on them, but they just dried up. And so I potted them up and just watered them and was like, okay. She's like, give it 30 days. Okay. And she was right. I got these from Menagerie roses. And yeah, I mean, they were big stock, but it just arrived a little disheveled. But yeah, I'm hoping to get them up on that silo because I think it would be nothing prettier than a flower farm having climbing roses up on the silo. Well, these are climbers, so its job is to do that.
So it's gonna go all the way up to the top?
No, let me see. I don't know. Maybe 10 feet. That's not very big. That's not very tall.
Well, you wouldn't be able to really do maintenance on it if it got too
Well, the
tall.
goal is to, like, when you walk by the silo, like, wouldn't it be amazing to have that there? And maybe I don't do it there. My goal was to do that, but I don't know. I also have one of those giant moon gate arches that I love from Kinsman. And I might put the climbers on either side of that because I think that would be beautiful.
I prefer the poison ivy vines.
Yeah, well, yeah, they grow naturally.
Yes,
And they're native. Poison ivy's native. Who knew? I knew because it's all over our property.
I figured they would have scared you away from the silo, but you're willing to
Beautiful.
just get in there and replace them.
Nah, yeah, no.
You know who's going to be pulling them vines off.
I do. That's why I'm not concerned.
Yes. What is this? This looks like one of those roadside lilies that you're not a huge fan of.
Oh, don't you dare. This is Flamingo Goddess. This is actually left over. This was way, you know what happened? This is normally much prettier. However, I dug it up out of my sun garden and brought it here to plant, and I still haven't planted it, so lavender, man. Lavender's beautiful this year. Like, do you remember when I was a little worried about how the plants looked? And I'm like, ooh, because we had a harsh winter. And the winter was super cold. We didn't have a lot of snow cover. And we had really negative temperatures. Like, well, I should say super cold temperatures. And phenomenal lavender, man. I got to get in and weed a little bit, but we're doing really good with this lavender berm. Like, it loves our crappy soil. I do have some fabric underneath those rocks, so it's helping with weed control, thank God, because if I didn't put the fabric down, this would be much, much harder to maintain. But this is glorious. I have to harvest this today, and so I'm going to actually offer bunches this weekend, and whatever doesn't sell, I'm going to dry, because dried lavender is amazing.
So you have to cut all that now.
Oh
like,
my God, look at the
oh my goodness.
I know, my daylilies. I have daylilies this year. But first, look at this gorgeous thing. Have we gone over that? Oh my
What
God,
is this?
beautiful. It is beautiful. It's bigger than I expected it to be. And I don't know if that's because I planted them last year. Some of them actually died back. They got really weedy and I didn't pay attention to them. But God, these are gorgeous. I am thrilled. I got to cut back the geum, which is still pretty. I'm not going to go through and deadhead because that would be insane. But I am going to leave some of the color. The coral ones are really filling out. If you recall, I planted tiny little plugs this year, and they were much smaller than the red ones because they're newer. And those have been overwintered. So, but these are, look how quickly they're filling out. Like, I am glad I gave them some space. Wow. You know me, I like to cram stuff in the garden.
No.
And the farm is no different.
I know. Yesterday I got yelled at for putting the hose up here on the bank because she's trying to claim she's growing something.
Why would you do that?
Why would I do what?
Why would you put the hose here?
Because I was mowing.
And you didn't realize there were plants here? Or?
I don't realize those are plants. Now I do.
Yeah.
They look more like weeds to me.
Well, if they're gonna, if you kill them with your hose, you gotta take that down.
So what are you planting?
Look at.
What are those? Lavender?
I just said Russian sage.
Oh, you've been saying a lot. You haven't really slowed down at all. It's hard to kind of follow.
This is butterfly weed, so you also need to like understand what's in here, because this is a very bad idea with the hose. I actually am thrilled. There's purslane taking over as a ground cover, which is amazing. But I also have the dwarf Russian sage, and I have butterfly weed. So this is going to be purple and orange, which I love because they're opposites on the color wheel. So that's what I'm hoping will take off. And all of these bare root plants are thrilled because not only did they survive the heat, but they just got a massive dose of rain. We had a storm that knocked out our power last night, so that kind of threw us off a little. But this is beautiful. This smells good. I don't want you to step on it.
All right. Well, I have to be at this angle because of the sun.
Film the flower. I don't need to be on film.
Well, even though the
smells
flower is beautiful and it smells better than you, I still prefer you.
Yeah. Well, look. So this is bearded. See this extra tissue? That's a bearded daylily. And this has actually got a perfect bloom on it. So the first two blooms, and I'm assuming, because if you have high heat right before your daylilies are going to bloom all week, they're not going to open perfectly. You know, some will, but some will like be splotchy. Some, they're just going to be dry. They're not going to be as hydrated. And they're just going to be like a little disheveled when they open. But I can tell you, this is a perfect bloom on a bearded daylily. I actually need to come tag these and take pictures. Let's see. This guy, like this isn't so much. It's kind of like a similar color to a lot of ones I have. So that will probably be dug up and.
So is it safe to assume that the...
Oh, luster dragon. Now see, that one is luster dragon. Sorry, I know I interrupted you.
I know, you always interrupt me.
But I know this one, so I have to tag that. That's luster dragon.
Luster dragon.
Luster dragon. See that green throat and the beautiful, I love the markings on that one. Anyway, what were you saying?
Is it safe to assume that a bearded lily is a male plant?
No.
No?
I mean, they have both parts, so technically it would be, what is that called? I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
This.
Unisex, I think. All right, slow down. Here we go.
This one is okay. It's pretty. I would, it's not like wowing me, but it's also not ugly.
So most of these lilies don't have names. They're just numbered now.
Some of these are registered daylilies that I purchased. And most are seedlings. Like when I look at them, I'm gonna know what's what, because I know what the ones that are registered, they've been through the mill, they've been analyzed, they've been grown out for years to make sure that they're perfect and all that stuff. But a lot of these, like see this guy, this is a seedling. All his ruffles got tangled, but if you help him out, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. If you can get it to open like that.
You just saved a little bug.
Yep. So
that's cool.
It's beautiful. Like this is bright red. I kind of like that. You know, it's not perfect though, so we'll have to like keep an eye on the blooms. This guy's okay. I'm not really into pastels, but I think that would be pretty.
So this is kind of like an audition, right?
Yes. Oh my God. This one I love. Don't. You're gonna knock scapes over.
I am gonna be fine.
This got hooked on your shorts.
Yeah, well.
And you're gonna knock it off. Don't do that anymore.
It escaped.
No.
So listen, slow down then. Thank you.
Stop jumping rows.
Understand the cameraman.
No, stop jumping rows. Look at that. That's a perfect bloom on a seedling that I absolutely love. So this has stripes on the sepal petals, although the sepals are a little canoed. See how they kind of curve this way? Get off.
Hey.
So these are they're a little curved, but I actually don't really mind that.
He wasn't
but look
bugging
at, there's
you.
perfect ruffles on it too. That's beautiful. So that will actually get tagged and saved because I love that. I love it. It's beautiful. This guy's okay. Oh my God, the bugs. That's got lots going on. I like that there's Oh my God. Look at that. That is what I grow for. That is gorgeous. That has stripes. That is dark, rich, velvety, burgundy. Do I have a tag on that one? That one came from Stephen Todd. I know that one because he's the clown pants dude. Oh my God, that's beautiful. And they all, like, that's gorgeous.
So is this one different? Is that from a different plant?
Yes. So this one is, I know this one, it looks like the large purple butterfly one that I have. So this is most likely seedling from that.
So it's actually like the ugly duckling of the family. Because these are two beautiful. It's on the same stem,
yeah,
look.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
But it doesn't look like the other two.
What do you mean the other two?
Oh, maybe I'm getting confused with this one. That's on a different stem.
It is. Oh my God, it's like 3 plants over.
All right, so they're two different lilies.
Totally
right there.
different.
Okay.
Yes. Spider-Man's nemesis. I know this one. I don't know what happened to that, but look. Oh, look. And I have the tag, Spider-Man's nemesis.
Oh, you just knocked off something right there.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why?
Let's watch what you're doing.
It already bloomed. It's like, it's shriveled.
So is that going to open more today? Like, are we here early? Like what time?
Yeah, I mean, this is great. This is a great time to actually come hybridize.
Yeah, what time does a lily usually open?
That is gorgeous. My God. Well, it depends. Some open overnight. Some open early in the day. Look at this one. That's cool. I don't have any like that. Well, actually, yes, I do. I have one called Necessary Decadence. And you know what? Oh my God. That's what it is. It's a lot smaller here than it was at my house. But I did move it early this year. So, okay. So that's that.
So you plan on playing Mother Nature this year and running around with beakers and Q-tips and...
I was hoping to, and but I don't know. Things, like, it's really hard to get here at the right time to do all this. So that is so cool. Yes, 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 yes. Cute, cute, cute. Ooh. See, like, that, I feel like that would go great in a garden as like a standout plant amongst other plants, but like by itself, I don't like that. But I love that. I like this combination if you were to have it with other colors. That's...
So we just discussed this off camera. Lilies are basically like a garden flower. You're not going to put them in cut bouquets or anything like that.
They're called daylilies because they only last a day. The bloom only lasts a day, but you can have a bunch of blooms on a plant. But the problem is if you pull it and put it in water, like you're not getting, if you were to cut the scape and put it in water, it's not going to bloom. It's not what they're there for.
So when it comes to flower farming,
that is so cool.
How do you make money off lilies?
Daylilies?
Yeah, like how would you a flower farm, make...
Well, you're not it's not a commodity. I mean, you can sell them. Like if you have them to offer potted for people, they're a garden plant. They're like a landscape plant. Wow. That's actually got some bearding going on. It's not really pretty yet, but I like that that's showing some traits. That might need another year. Sometimes when you have seedlings, they take a couple years to like fully look like they're supposed to, and they can change a little bit. I've had some that have looked like amazing the first year, and then the second and third year, it's like, okay, it matured and it went from like a cute baby to an ugly adult. That happens.
So
this is beautiful.
Eventually,
I saw this one yesterday and it's pretty.
Other genes can take over, like for the lily, like
not take over, but like it needs to mature. So like some things you won't even know it has certain traits until 2-3 years down the road. But like this one is called Brown Delicious.
I don't see much brown in it.
Look at this one. Oh wait, this one. See, this one's stuck. See, this is bad form, and look how short it is. Bad form. Like that's just... But he's also really little, and he got moved this year. Wow, that's pretty. Does that not glow? See, that's pastel-y, and I like it. That's got like a pink around the mid-ribs. That's beautiful. That one is probably Asheville Open Arms. I can probably tell you that, just by the way it's opening. That is gorgeous. This is what I'm excited about, but it's really short. So the only thing I don't like about it is the height on it. But I saw this bloom the other day. See all the extra tissue? But it's beautiful. Like it's also kind of like really the petals are really curved under. So I'll have to watch this one, but I like the way that I just like what it's doing. And I like the colors and I like the bearding. So I could use that one for that, you know, for hybridizing, but I don't like that it's so short. So we'll have to keep pay attention the next couple years to see if that really starts to get some height on it and if it starts to open properly. And you know, it being so small and develop the buds in the heat, it could be a problem. Like these are beautiful. Look how tall these scapes are. Holy crap. Like that's a good height for a scape. This is a great height for a scape. That's really tall. This one, I don't know. This one's interesting. I can't tell if this is actual spots, like intentional spots or bug damage, but it's fine. Like that one, they intrigue me. You gotta just kind of watch them, like see if they move around.
What about this one, or are we gonna get this from the other side?
Yeah, that's tumbleweed.
Oh,
I know that for a fact. That's actually very short, so this is a good thing. I know what this looks like, and I know how tall it gets. That's a very short version of tumbleweed, and it's also a little splotchy. And that is just because of the heat. It literally stressed out a little bit. I also moved it this year. So that's an example of what happens if you are going to move daylilies in the same year and you actually look out and get the bloom. They're just going to bloom a little smaller and shorter than normal. So like this one looks like screaming cherries. I don't know if it is. Maybe not.
It's going to start screaming at you if you keep messing with it.
Beautiful though. Like that's heavy. That's like a heavy substance flower, but that looks like screaming cherries. This looks like a seedling. I recognize this from last year. This was a clown pants and I believe like cherry ripple or something like that. That's a festivus and double stunner seedling. I can tell because they all open like this. But see, that's pretty. I don't mind that. It's like, it's got curly Q, little ruffled petals. And I like that those curl under on that one. So it really, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
No, especially today. It must have been the rain. Did the rain possibly get these things motivated to open up?
Time. The heat will like dry them out and make them like this. What is this? What is this? Like this is trying to be something. And the problem is there's only one bud. So I will take a picture of that and mark it. And next year, hopefully, we'll see like a bigger plant and a taller, proper bloom. But that's pretty. All right, so these two are very similar. Those two right there, take a look at those two. They're very similar.
Yes,
They're
they
very
do.
similar in color. This one has a little bit more thicker, shorter petals, but I guarantee that those came from the same parent.
This one looks like it put a little makeup on this morning.
Pretty.
This one went natural.
This one is like typical of the color that I usually see for daylilies, so I'm not like overly thrilled with that. Even though it's not ugly, it's not like anything unique, so I will most likely not be keeping that one.
These are nice. You know, when my wife is not impressed, she just walks right past it.
Yeah,
But
oh boy.
I like you.
Oh boy. Guess what I just found? It's July 2nd.
Uh-oh.
What comes out July 4th?
You know what? You've never
Look
really...
at this.
Let's not look at it.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
I don't ever recall you last year having a major beetle problem down here. Is that because we didn't have a lot of daylilies? Do they kind of bring them in?
They're here. They're here.
I don't think I have any footage of you running around here with a bowl of soapy water.
I didn't do that here. But tumbleweed, that is beautiful. What do we got here? This is a big seedling. This is kind of, see, this is not really a great bloom. Oh, God. That's terrible. So we'll see what the other stalks do. But that, you know, I don't write those off yet. This one here, I would write off already. Do you see that? That's just like, it's toast before it comes out. It is a clown pants seedling. This has nothing good to offer. It has no substance. The buds are all dried out. You know, that's just not even.
What about this little
guy?
guy?
That one's just not even trying. That one, kind of the same thing. The buds are very dried out. But again, if you look at the size of the plant, it's not like it's a mature size plant. It got moved. It was a seedling or it got stunted somehow and it got moved this year. So you know, it takes time for things to establish. Just like any other perennial. 3rd-year leaf. So, oh, jeez, I don't want to do that.
I don't think she's ever given a garden tour without grabbing a few weeds and doing double duty here.
Well, why not? I'm walking through. That's a pretty color. That's okay. The yellow one's okay. Like, that's nothing special. I'm not a huge...
Hey, every flower, you know, it's one day. Can you just give it its day in the sun?
It's getting it right now.
Hello. You look beautiful too.
Very splotchy. See, like this one will continue to open today. Like, it's not ready yet, but it'll open today with a little sunshine. God, you know, I really do feel like I gotta figure out what this is, because man, it's giving me killer green vibes with that bright green throat, but I'm still not convinced. I don't know.
I know. What happened to its body?
But the thing is, it's such a small plant. Maybe it's just blooming smaller because it doesn't have a lot of the thick ruffles, but it does have ruffles. So maybe that's killer green, and it's next year it's going to prove to me it is, but it's just not feeling itself because it's been yanked and moved and eaten and God
It looked
knows.
better the other day. There was 2 of them.
Oh my God, is that killer green? Is this killer green bananas?
Looks yellow to me.
It's green in the middle. Oh man, I can't tell. It's not like oh my God. Maybe it's in the last row though. That seedling I like.
That is definitely unique.
I like the toothy edge on it. I like the coloring.
Now that's not bearded, right?
Nope.
That's
Bearded has extra tissue like inside. By
That's
the wall.
5 o'clock shadow right there.
Yeah. And then this guy, you know, this one has really, really badly canoed petals, but it has stripes. So I like also that the midrib is really pronounced on it. So, you know, that wouldn't be a good one. That's not like one that I'll be like, oh, I'm saving it because I love it how it is. I would maybe use it for stuff. But look, I have daylilies. I haven't had daylilies in what? A year.
It's been a while.
I didn't see Eddie last year. I mean, I saw a couple non-events that the deer left me, thank you. But I'm thrilled. Like, to know that this is loaded with buds and that you're going to spray them again later because deer will have their heads.
It does look kind of appetizing.
Ooh, this got eaten through the bud somehow or dried out a little. We'll have to see what that one is. But you see how sometimes, like, this is what happens if they dry out. See this bud? Like, that's just totally not even a thing. Like, it's just garbage.
Now, do you recommend
See this too?
pulling them off? Gives them more energy?
Well,
or-
they are pretty much dead. That's why they're drying out. So they would fall up on their own. But I'm glad we got rain because they all kind of need that extra oomph, and the ones that are building buds, good. So today I will harvest lavender. I'm going to harvest yarrow, and I'm going to harvest some mint, and I'm going to make some red, white, and bloom bouquets. Do you think that's clever?
And you have snapdragons too up in the field.
They're part of my recipe for bouquets. So that's awesome. I have to tag some of these because some of them are the last bloom, or they only have one bloom, so I'm not going to be able to do it any other day. And I probably won't realistically tag all of these because I just don't have the manpower to do that in the morning, but I will tag ones I absolutely love so I know that I'm keeping it. And I should just use a color for ones that are like I don't need it, or it's not anything special.
So
and
these,
that way I can dig them out and replace them with other seedlings I have in the fall.
I was going to ask you about those
Yeah.
flowers there. Yesterday or the other day, they looked different. Did the rain affect these flowers?
I mean, they look different.
They looked like fluffier or something. Wow, what are these? These look awesome.
Sea holly. This is sea holly. These are like pretty much bluish, purple, spiky. I have a bunch of those that we put in down there because I love these so much.
Are those perennial?
Yeah.
I like those. That's like
Those
the
went in
first.
last year. That's all that survived. You know, the trade I got. dried out.
Maybe it just has the wet head, like when you get out of the shower.
Like, yeah, like when you wake up and you, yeah.
So, well, hopefully I can catch up with you in the fields today.
My Steve sunflowers are up and happy. I started those in a tray so I could actually place them properly because he has like 2 different mixes now. He has the Van Gogh series and the Marl mix, it's called. And so I have both of them here, and I planted them close, so they're not going to be, I didn't plant them a foot apart. They're like maybe 9 inches, or maybe, yeah, about 9 inches apart. And so, but I am going to be able to see what his mix looks like. I mean, these are already building buds. I'm not sure what happened here. I have like one that's not really growing for some reason, but it's fine. And then I have a whole bunch of white sunflowers coming that I thinned out 2 days ago. So
they just grow fast. Like,
oh, they're beautiful. I actually rototilled a couple rows up there. It's really wet up there.
Yeah, I tried to warn you that. This woman can't stop making divots all over the place. Yeah, hi honey. Every time I turn around, she's digging something up. That's the double-edged sword we call the tractor. Made my life easier because I don't have to rototill, but unfortunately my wife now has unlimited access to a garden making machine. So yeah, I guess I have a little less lawn to mow, and we're gonna put sunflower seeds up here. I tried to tell her it was awful wet, but she said that sunflowers love wet soil. I can't even mow this, so we'll find out. Hopefully they'll suck up some of the moisture and I won't get my tractor stuck every time I come around the corner up here. But yeah, that's how it happens here at the farm. 5 minutes ago, she was gonna start putting together mixed bouquets, and light bulb goes off, and here we are. Sunflower garden in progress. You said one. You said one. I don't remember. You said, can I do 2? How many are you doing? 2. That's it. You don't have to do all the trim work. Yeah. She's creating another moisture problem here.
The next row that I would have done was really wet. The tractor wheels were like showing in the lawn when I drove on it, and it's been dry and high heat, and if it didn't dry out during the last week, then trust me, it's not going to.
So you took your word for it, not your husband's word, when I said it's too wet over there.
Well, it's not too wet up at the top. Like I did a mix. So I mixed all of my leftover giant Benary's zinnias, and I mixed it with dill that I had, a whole bunch of dill, because they're all old seeds, so I also don't know if they're going to sprout, but I just took that mix and sprinkled it, so we'll have color and dill, and like maybe, dill's a pollinator plant, but it's also pretty in bouquets, so I just sprinkled it all along that second row, and the one in the back are sunflowers. So if the squirrels and the birds don't grab the seeds, and I'm glad we did it right before the rain yesterday, so hopefully those will sprout pretty quickly, but we just have to keep the rabbits from eating them. But these are, you can tell they're all kind of leaning because the sun is over here, and then as the sun moves over, like they follow. It's kind of funny. You'll see like all the heads turn as the sun goes around.
Are you worried about the windy conditions down here or no with sunflowers?
No. No.
And what's going on with this here? These are just...
I This was a tray of seedlings I grew from seed. That these are really short. They wouldn't be really short if I had sowed them. I mean, if I had actually planted them when they wanted to be planted and not when they were so stressed out I was going to lose them if I didn't plant them. So this is dianthus, and it's pretty. It's great for bouquets, but I got these seeds from, actually one of our followers sent me seeds. So I actually did plant them, but they're a little short. They stressed out in a tray, but I got them in the ground and they are blooming. This is something
That's cool.
Yeah, it is, right? And they look great in bouquets when they have long stems. So
I like the white backdrop. You got to put the rock in the bouquet as well.
And then this is just salvia that I wanted to try, but it doesn't look like the picture, like, at all. So I don't know. Actually, these do. This one actually looks like the picture. That one doesn't. See how this has like green in the flower? There's like green veining in the flower. So these are kind of done. I'm going to cut them back and see if I can't get a big tall, because this is what I want, like a huge tall thing of them. But these have already, I mean, it's already bloomed. So my hope is, you know, these were kind of dying. That was Oxford blue salvia, pink Sunday maybe. But I have a couple rows, and I tried them, I grew them, I purchased them on purpose, and then they stressed out a little bit, but now they're in the ground. I am going to shear them back and see if maybe they'll come out again, because it looks like they're trying, but they're just really short. So maybe they're just more of a landscape plant, but they do say that they're good for bouquets. What else we got? Wow, the lupin seeds. Jeez, I guess I'll have lupins to plant for next year, and I love those. Those were great. I am in love with this. I'm in love with that coneflower. That's fresco apricot. Look at the discs on these. Look when they come out. See how they look? They're already pretty. The bud itself is pretty. And then they come out and they're beautiful. And they have pretty tall stems. Like, these are 2 years old now. Last year they were a little shorter.
Now, for cut bouquets, you use those flowers, right?
Yep.
Would you cut it before? Like, would you?
Right. So, no, for these you want to cut right this stage right here.
Oh, all right.
This is beautiful. It'll stay like that. I actually could cut that right now. Cut that one right now. Cut that one. This is a little early. Like, you want to wait until they're actually coming out. And this guy's blooming single, which is, you know, it can happen. See, he's blooming single. I would just cut that down. But look at how floriferous. Like, this has so many buds on it. Like, that was a great purchase. I got a little flat of them. I have some in my home gardens. I put like 2 plants, maybe more. But man, my home echinacea flowers, move this way. You're in my my home gardens. I put a couple in, but I don't see them in my actual sun garden. I see them in the rock garden. They're blooming now. So my sun garden, man, boy, did that suffer.
Well, you kind of did a massive revamp. So
no, I did a massive neglect the
well,
last couple years. But these were looking pretty sad yesterday. The grass had grown in, but Maddie went in and weeded a bit just to clear them out. We got rain last night, so I will sprinkle some plant tone on that for some fertilizer. And, you know, at some point, maybe next week, I'm going to get some stuff planted there. But I should be deadheading all of my baptisia. But again, that's stuff if I had a lot of free time I would be doing. I don't really have a lot of free time at the moment, so now I'm going to go harvest some stuff. I'm going to go tag some of my favorites here, take some pictures, and that's it.
All right, honey. I'll try to catch up with you later. We finally caught the balls at the store.
Yeah. Oh my Lord, aren't these glorious?
Smells like my laundry room in here.
It does, you know why? Because I use lavender soap. Yes, you're right. I love this. The lavender, man. Great. So we harvested from 8 plants, right? And we got 13 bunches, like bigger than my hand bunches. So, oh, it smells so good. So I have some upside down, because now it's like later in the day, so I kind of want them to dry now. Most people dry it anyway, but it smells so good. But that's what the deal is. I have like literally only 1/8 of my berm harvested, and I have a ton of lavender. So what I would like to do is have like a little, almost like a drying rack, or just like hooks, where I can hang, because it would look so pretty as like flowers from the field. If I don't sell them in bouquets, I could actually dry them. But these are glorious. Did you see these?
I don't know. Wouldn't a woman be offended if you gave her a bouquet that smelled like fabric softener?
Oh, look at that.
Because that's what lavender smells like. Oh, that is beautiful.
Isn't that cool? I mean, what are the chances that I actually look out and have red, white, and blue flowers on July 4th holiday weekend?
So what are the blue flowers?
Those are nigella. So those actually froze and died and like turned brown, and then all of a sudden these little tufts started coming back, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna come back. And they did. They came back, and they're glorious. And they actually, so if you leave the blue flowers in the field and the petals fall off, this center creates like a striped pod. It's really cool. Like, so you can use this as like a dried pod in bouquets, or you can use it as beautiful blue flowers, because there are very few beautiful blue, like true blue flowers. So, and I have glorious snapdragons. And you know what the best thing is? Mint. Because not only does it make it smell good, but they look so pretty. It's great. It's bright greenery. So we're selling some snapdragons, which are glorious. I mean, look at the color. I love the colors too. I don't want to take them out of the water because it's hot, but they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this one is a double. You see how the petals have like multiple layers? So they're beautiful. So that's that. But I was pretty excited because, you know, 4th of July is like a big holiday around here, and there's lots of traffic. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, we just had a good customer come in, so
yep.
You know, I think the longer you're open, the more people are going to show up, and we've had repeat customers already.
Yeah, that's good. A lot of our locals are repeat customers, and they're happy. You know, people who appreciate and are happy to see this place kind of coming back to life. So, and I'm just happy that I actually have beautiful flowers. So, like this bouquet, the yarrow and the nigella, like, so if these don't sell, what I'll do is I'll take those flowers out, bunch them up, and hang them upside down.
Can you bring one out into the sun for 2 seconds just so I can see it a little better?
Oh, you can't see it in here?
Well, I want the viewer to get the full effect of this bouquet. That's beautiful.
Yeah. It smells good. It's bright. It's beautiful. It's festive. It's holiday. So.
And that's a bargain for the low price of $25.
Honestly, it's a good deal.
Yeah, if you go to a florist, they're going to fleece you.
Yeah.
You're paying at least $85 for that thing. Trust me, I know. I used to buy my wife flowers all the time.
It's arranged. You know, if I put this in a vase and I gift wrapped it, yeah, then it's like $50-$60.
That's what happened. I bought my wife flowers so many times that she became addicted to flowers and started growing her own, and I eventually had to buy her a flower farm. It's the only way you can impress her now, right? Now she grows her own flowers and I don't have to buy her anything. Well, I wouldn't say that, but anyway, yep.
I don't think there's many flowers that you could buy me that I'd be impressed with.
I know.
I probably have more. I'm thrilled though. You know what? This year, it's been fun to see all of the things that you kind of like, were like, do we have to get these in? Why do they have to be done now? Because they're actually saving my butt this year with flowers. A lot of my perennials are filling in where I have gaps, and I'm really grateful for that.
It's confusing to try to schedule it all, like to know when certain flowers are going to be available.
That's why I'm tracking that stuff now. Like, it is really helpful, you know, to have an availability calendar. Every year is like different, so like we might be off a week or two. Like, we had a really late spring, so you know, things might be off a little bit, but it's great. It's like I'm learning And I kind of know where I'm gonna have a gap. Like coming up, I'll probably have a gap because the dahlias are really just starting to get in, and we were real late with those. So, I mean, we pre-sprouted them, but we just got them in the ground, so they need some time to adjust. And we need some rain so that they can get their nitrogen boost, so that they can fill out really nice. But for the most part.
Could you rub one of those on my sweaty shirt so it smells like it just came out of the laundry?
You know what I love? I love that it smells this whole room up. It's great. Literally, I love it. I mean, it's beautiful. Phenomenal lavender. By the way, this has the tallest stems, and a repeat flush of blooms will come. And I mean, look at how tall the stems are. Like you can't mistake this variety. The other ones in the field up there, with the same crappy soil, same amount of sun, they're literally 6 inches tall.
So you don't put a lavender in the cooler. It's not good for it.
Well, you're not, no. I mean, lavender is primarily bought fresh. I mean, you could put water in a vase and have them there. You could do that. But the goal, I mean, most people dry it. Oh, bummer. Most people dry it. Maddie needs me. Hey.
Yeah.
What's up?
I just put in the dahlias and I weeded the rest of the rows that were between all the other plants or whatever.
Yep.
About my cooked.
Yeah, go home.
What time you stay until just 5?
I think so. It depends. We just had a pretty good sale, so
I know Blake told me.
yeah.
Blake bragging about the sale. Kid didn't even get a commission yet.
I know. He's like,
I had the sale.
he told me, I know, Bryan made the sale. He's like, although it's funny because the guy, I guess, was here and he asked for, he was looking at the peppers and stuff, and then he's like, Bryan's like, yeah, if you need anything, let me know. He goes, do you have flowers? He's like, yeah, we got flowers. So he came and pulled them all out, and they bought 7 bunches plus some lavender.
For what? What is he going to resell them on the black market?
No, he's going to the city for a party.
Oh, shoot.
So he bought a whole bunch.
You know you were there, or he just was his first time stopping by?
You know, I wish, did you ask?
I told him you were up in the field and that I was in charge of sales, and I sold a bunch for you.
Yeah, but did you know where he came from? Like, how did he hear about us? Did he just drive by? Probably.
I didn't really get into that. He said something about a glass blower. I think they were up here for some glass blowing thing or something. And
well, anyway, he's heading back to the city for a party, and he was thrilled with the bouquets.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Great.
Yeah.
and he got a free bucket out of the deal.
Yeah, and he took a bucket because obviously.
So when he gets
tell him to
car sick from the lavender, he can just puke in the bucket halfway there.
Did you tell him to cut the stems once he gets down there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tell people to recut the stems when they put them in fresh water when they get them home, because that's what you do to rehydrate.
I don't know. That doesn't. I don't know.
You have to say that. That's
I
what you
do.
If you don't, they're going to put them in a vase and they're all going to wilt and be no
Well,
good.
nice of you to tell me this now.
I'll message the guy. Make sure you recut the stems.
Yeah. It seemed like he kind of knew his flowers, and he was very impressed with your flower arrangements.
Good.
Like most people. Nobody's more impressed than I
You
am.
like the snapdragons?
Oh, good.
She never hears it.
He liked the one you wrapped.
Shut up.
Yeah. All right. Well, boss is sitting down on the job again, and
Tired. I've done a lot. I'm tired. All right, Bryan's filming a video. Would you like to say anything?
yeah, keep it clean, Maddie.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Violating the HIPAA law.
Well, too bad. It's a good thing you didn't say anything incriminating.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Just make sure you lock up.
Yeah, I've been here a couple times.
Yeah.
Uh,
Make sure that shed is closed.
I started the rototiller today. It works, yes.
But you have to show me how to run it because I couldn't get it started.
I'm going to show you how to run it. I'm going to make you run it.
Was that like a comeback or?
No, I want her to run the rototiller at the park, at the gravel pit. I just want I want to experience it. I want both of you to experience what I did for 2 years.
Oh, we're not scared.
Yeah?
We're not scared of much.
We'll find out. It's going to be like an episode of Fear Factor. You girls, yeah, you girls will be crying. Anyway, I got to go back to work. I got to keep these grounds in order.
I'm going to sit right here and keep myself grounded.
You know, I had a rabbit like almost come up to me today and eat out of my hand.
That's because you keep talking about having pet rabbits and groundhogs. That's
Well,
ridiculous.
I want a gopher.
Oh, go for it. Go. You
Well,
go for it.
I
Go for
think
anything.
it's kind of like a gopher's like jacks in a way. They have the same type of body.
Come on, you really want another Jack?
No.
No, I want a gopher, a groundhog.
He is just.
They would be the cutest pets, and all you would have to do is, if you wanted to feed them, you just open the door and let them outside and say, "There's grass."
You'll never have to mow again.
Yeah. And they can make organic fertilizer, and
Why don't you just get squirrels?
plus they could be our mascot. You know, people could come here. We could have a little petting zoo with gophers
Is it only 3:30?
or groundhogs. I don't know if they're the same thing, but go figure.
Go for your.
All right, I got to go for it anyway. I got to go for the gold. I'm going out into the field of gold. Later. All right, guys. My wife said,
I don't think there's many flowers that you could buy me that I'd be impressed with.
I know. Well, today I discovered a flower, and I'm going to give my wife a bouquet. And let's see if she knows where I got this from. Honey, I'm giving you flowers.
Where? What are those?
You said I
Are those from the pond?
could never give you flowers that you don't have.
Where'd
Well,
you
guess
get 'em?
what?
Where'd you get them?
I almost drowned in the swamp.
What?
Lily pads.
Oh my God! We have flowering lilies.
We don't. The farm up the road does.
Oh, you went in there?
Well, the swamp.
Oh my God! They smell good.
I'm like, I bet my wife doesn't have those. You should see, the whole swamp is full of those. The whole swamp is full of them.
Oh my God!
Not ours, but maybe we should grab a few weeds
Oh my
and throw
God,
them in there.
They're beautiful.
They are.
Beautiful and slimy.
I bet if we got permission from our neighbors,
Oh
you could
my
make great
God.
bouquets with those.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
But we would need like a boat.
Oh, that's okay. Just another loan.
It got deep real quick.
What size boat do you want?
No, but I'm just saying, if we could do that with our wetlands,
That's beautiful.
like how do we get lilies to grow in our wetlands
we
like
just
that?
have to plant them. I think you plant them in a basket though, because the turtles like to eat them, and maybe we don't have turtles over there.
They're all up there, like that whole swamp. I almost ran off the road first, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna get that one yellow one there, or the.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
So I reached for it and fell in quicksand and
Oh yeah, I'm sure
swam through the
I'm
swamp,
sure there's a saga and a story behind it.
outran a
cool.
gator, and grabbed
Sweet.
myself
These
6
are-
beautiful flowers for my wife.
So these are the flowers from lily pads? Is that what
Yes.
they're called? Or they...
Might like you after all.
Well, I'm only worried about my wife. I don't really
Aw.
care about anybody else. So yeah, what do you think, honey?
I love it.
Impressed?
Yes, very, and they're so
See?
perfect.
What I wouldn't do for you.
They probably want some water though, I'm sure.
I gotta go get a new pair of shoes.
I'm punishing your son by weeding because I've asked him for 2 days to change his clothes and he looks almost homeless now. His clothes are so
I know.
filthy.
He doesn't like
He
to
does-
change his
And I'm
clothes.
just like, ew, dude, don't you want to change your clothes?
Well,
I mean, I'm all for wearing like jeans a few times, but like, he's been in that nonstop for like 5 days. I literally, he showed up and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me.
you have been wearing a Guiding Green Thumbs t-shirt for the last
Yeah,
week,
but
though.
yesterday was silver.
Oh, okay.
This is gray.
All right.
They're different. Anyway, so he's gonna help weed as punishment for not listening to me and showering and taking changing his clothes.
All right,
The other
honey.
thing is, you think I could? There's lisianthus in here. Needs to be weeded. I don't know if it's still in there. Maybe it's not in there. Yeah, it is. See this little guy? But it's like at this point, it's being choked out. And do I just rototill that in? I spent a lot of money on Lisianthus. I would hate to not have any.
So right here, is that the
You're
Lisianthus?
stepping on it.
Oh,
No,
well.
That's a weed. That's yarrow, wild yarrow.
I'm
See?
stepping on
Look,
it.
Wild yarrow.
So that's wild yarrow.
Yeah, it's white.
Yeah, the red stuff you...
Yes, it's the white one.
Oh, cool.
It takes over though. Oh,
So
we gotta
what,
get
did
these
someone
picked up.
take the wild one and turn it red?
Yeah,
Oh. What's up here at the end? It looks like, are those like...
lilies. Actually, I need to call this company. I never ordered yellow with red. I don't even like that. These are pretty. These are pot lilies, but they'll get bigger for next year. So I'll be able to use them in bouquets. Oh man. But like everything else, they're a tad weedy. Maybe I'll have Kata work on this today.
I like them.
Yeah, they're pretty. I don't know what color these are. I don't know what color any of these are, but I can tell you I did not order this. That's not even close to anything I would like. I would never have ordered
It's
them.
like freckles.
Yeah, it's like ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, it's like the McDonald's clown
These are
got a
beautiful.
case of acne.
These are white. Like those. The thing is, I have to let these grow another year because if I cut them for bouquets, there won't be anything left to feed the bulb. So there are different sizes you order. Some are pot lilies, which is what those are, which means you grow them in a pot to sell them like that, and then people plant them. But I am ordering them because they're cheaper, and I'm gonna let them grow out a year. So.
Didn't you tell me there was a certain type of lily that likes moisture that you could plant in a swamp area or something?
A water lily?
There you go. So that's a water lily.
That's a water lily.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lily pad water lily.
It's a water lily. That's what it is. It's a water. Oh no! You jerk.
Well, we're going to plant some.
Look what I did.
We should put some in our pond.
Well, you should have dug up the whole plant.
Well, I'm going to put my boots on and I'm going to go up there and accidentally, as I'm walking by the
Accidentally dig some on purpose?
swamp, I'm going to trip over the culvert pipe and get tangled in a bunch of vines and then make my way back down here.
Yeah.
I'll call you.
These are really cool if you can see them. Just gotta be careful because they're tangled. See, here's me weeding again.
I know. Never fails, folks.
Well, maybe I'll have Kay to work on this one. Oh, so nice. All right.
Well, good. I'm happy that you're impressed with that bouquet.
I'm actually very impressed. I wouldn't know that anything would grow like this wild around here, so that's fine.
Well, good.
What's up, Kata?
All right, honey. We'll see you later.